My last point is
but I will put this out there, and I think Narendra Modi, of all people who has spoken publicly on this, not once but several times, and I totally empathize that if you go and tell the Americans that this is a terrorist attack, and they will tell you, no, this is a law and order problem. Okay, you've heard Narendra Modi say this when he used to visit Washington when he was younger, that we'll go and tell them that this is a terrorist attack that's happened, and they'll say, no, this is your internal law and order problem. Okay, so Shruti, there is a reality check, and let's face it for what it is, that the Pakistanis still think they won in 1971. Okay, they refuse to believe that Jinnah used to drink alcohol. Okay, they have forgotten that his wife was a Parsi and that his grandchildren all live in India. They own IPL teams and stuff like that now. So you're dealing with delusional people. In some case, Donald Trump has got a foot in the mouth problem. We know it. Okay, he doesn't know what he's doing. He should not be doing it. And even if he knew what he was doing, you have to care two figs about it, because you know what American thinks of good terror and bad terror. If it affects them, they care about it. If it affects you, it's a law and order problem. So we have to carry on our own. This is what it is. This is what it is. Jo hai so hai.
You're right. This is what it is. They did what they did, and we had to kind of save Donald Trump's face by coming and saying, okay, there has been a stoppage of fighting. I would really like to ensure that we stop using the word ceasefire, because the word ceasefire was only used by the US and the Pakistanis, and then throughout the world. The Indian press brief as well as the written statements does not mention ceasefire. It says stoppage of firing. So we knew that these people are going to come back, because that's what they've done. From every war till now, they've always come back after pausing and catching their breath. So we knew. So we've stopped fire. We let Pakistanis go ahead and do what they do best, and that is betray every single person and every single power that wanted them to call off the war or call off the hostilities. And now we are in the position of power again. We were when Pahalgam happened, because we were on the right side. We had the moral high ground. And now we have the moral high ground again.
Yeah, but nobody cares. You think the Americans care about the moral high ground. You think the British
care
about the moral high ground.
We shouldn't care about them, just like Israel doesn't care about them.
It is. Absolutely. I promise you, I asked this question to an American, that how come you guys can't figure out that when somebody is shot in the head in front of their wife and children, that this is a terrorist attack? And he says, and it's an honest answer, he says, Rishabh, there are people in America who think Hamas is a charity organization. They think Hezbollah is good for the planet. They come out in the streets protesting in favor of them. So if we can't figure out Hamas and Hezbollah, how will we ever figure out LET and Hizbul? And I completely empathize with that poignantly realistic logic. So, jo hai so hai, Shruti, it is. Now what do we do?
It is what it is.
So yeah, it is what it is. If you're trying to convince the Americans,
no, we don't need to convince anybody. We don't need to go on those fronts again. We did give them face, and now it is our time to show the world what our mettle is. We need to step up our aggressions. We don't need to retaliate. I am very, very skeptical about just retaliating to Pakistan, because then we are letting them set the terms of war. We play by their playbook, and that's not good for our image or our army. So we need to play our own game now. We need to stop caring about what the world thinks about us. And so our press narratives, our narrative warfare has to step up. Our war on ground has to step up, and we need to stop caring about what anybody is going to do to us afterwards.
Okay, so let's examine how, and then I'm going to take a very, very short break. Okay, there's a press conference coming up at 11 o'clock. Stay in tune for that. The MOD